Tokyo deposits, a regional dominance shift. A significant concentration of Japanese bank deposits is increasingly anchored within the Greater Tokyo Metropolitan Area, presenting a critical strategic challenge for regional banking. The Bank of Japan's latest data reveals that deposits in Tokyo and the surrounding prefectures, Osaka, Saitama, and Chiba, comprised a substantial 50.7% of total deposits nationwide at the close of fiscal 2025.
This represents a demonstrable shift from previous trends, indicative of a growing gravitational pull towards the economic and financial hub of Japan. The concentration raises fundamental questions regarding the long-term viability of regional banking institutions, particularly in the face of evolving monetary policy and increasing urbanization.
Furthermore, this geographic disparity exposes vulnerabilities within the Japanese financial system, demanding proactive analysis and strategic adaptation from both regulatory bodies and individual financial institutions. The implications extend beyond simple lending ratios, potentially impacting capital allocation, regional economic development, and the overall stability of the nation's financial architecture.
Demographic and economic realignment. The burgeoning Tokyo economy is driving unprecedented deposit concentrations, fundamentally altering the landscape of Japanese banking. The rising concentration of deposits within the Greater Tokyo region is inextricably linked to several converging demographic and economic forces.
Firstly, Tokyo continues to experience significant population growth, fueled by internal migration from rural areas seeking employment opportunities and higher living standards, a trend exacerbated by the aging population and declining birth rate across the rest of Japan. Secondly, the region's robust and diversified economy, anchored in sectors such as technology, finance, and professional services, generates considerably higher income levels, attracting substantial capital inflows.
This concentration of wealth is further amplified by the dominance of multinational corporations headquartered in Tokyo, which often maintain significant local banking relationships. Finally, the regional banking sector's relative conservatism in lending practices, compounded by a lack of innovative financial products tailored to the needs of a rapidly evolving urban population, has contributed to a situation where capital disproportionately flows towards the capital's established institutions.
Strategic implications, liquidity and regional disparities. The shift in deposit concentration necessitates a re-evaluation of liquidity management and regional economic development strategies. The escalating concentration of bank deposits in Tokyo presents a multifaceted strategic challenge predicated on issues of liquidity and regional economic disparity.
Banks operating outside the Greater Tokyo area face increasing pressure to manage their liquidity positions, as a significant portion of national deposits are now held within a geographically concentrated area. This creates a systemic risk, potentially destabilizing smaller regional institutions reliant on interbank lending and the broader financial system.
Furthermore, the concentration of capital exacerbates existing regional economic disparities, diminishing the financial resources available for investment and growth in areas outside the metropolitan core. The Bank of Japan's monetary policy, while intended to stimulate overall economic activity, inadvertently contributes to this dynamic by prioritizing liquidity support within the most economically active region.
A nuanced approach is needed, combining targeted regional development initiatives with proactive measures to mitigate systemic risk and ensure a more balanced distribution of financial resources across Japan.
Contingency planning and future risk mitigation. Addressing Tokyo's deposit dominance requires a multi-pronged strategy focused on fostering regional economic resilience and managing systemic risk. The persistent concentration of bank deposits in Tokyo demands a proactive and adaptive strategic response, encompassing both mitigation of systemic risk and the stimulation of regional economic diversification.
Moving forward, the Bank of Japan must consider implementing targeted monetary policy interventions designed to incentivize capital investment in underserved regions, perhaps through reduced lending rates or specialized regional development funds. Simultaneously, regulatory bodies should intensify scrutiny of regional banking institutions, demanding greater capital adequacy ratios and promoting the adoption of more sophisticated risk management practices.
Crucially, fostering innovation within the regional banking sector, specifically the development of financial products and services tailored to the unique needs of non-Tokyo communities, is paramount. Finally, sustained investment in infrastructure and human capital within these regions is critical to bolstering economic competitiveness and attracting further investment, ultimately reducing the gravitational pull of Tokyo and creating a more balanced and resilient Japanese financial landscape.